Just really, John, just having an edge. We have to be who we are. I don't think we did any things that we had done in previous games in that game. So we have to play who we are. We have to play with an edge, have to play together, be the tougher team. So just trying to get back to some of those things the last couple of days.
I know this is more of a fluffy question, but how they get that edge because they had that on that UIC, the IUPUI, because you saw that either in spurts or for the whole game for UIC.
Well, I think it starts with your preparation every single day. You've got to compete like it's a game. So we've tried to do that the last couple days. We've got one more prep day tomorrow, and then we're playing a very, very big, talented Oakland group. So we've got to play a heck of a lot harder than we did last Saturday.
Defensively, this is probably one of the better teams, and this is probably one of the best defensive matchups in the Horizon League. Tell me about how you have a mirror image of what you're seeing with Oakland, what you guys have done.
Yeah, Coach Campy's done a really nice job with this group. He had some guys leave on him late in the season, a couple grad transfers, and he scrambled to put the final pieces together. I think we all know if those kids were still there, he'd probably have the best team, if not one of the best teams in the league. But as a coach, you got to move on, and I think he's done a nice job with this group. They've lost four very, very close games, or their record could be much different. Hills, Mays, Brechting, those kids are a load. Oladipo is playing really, really well for a first-year player in our league. So I think their size, their length bothers you, John. They're probably the second biggest team we've faced, probably the third outside of Louisville and West Virginia. So we have played bigger teams in West Virginia and Louisville, so hopefully some of those challenges that we fought through in those games can help us in a game like this. But, every basket I think is going to be precious. You got to get easy baskets. It's hard to do that on a team like Oakland. So I think both teams have done a really nice job early in the year of defending.
What do you need to see out of your team and today, out of what you saw today and tomorrow, heading into a shoot around to make sure they're prepared?
Yeah, I think confidence comes from preparation. You gotta really, really prepare the way you're going to play. I thought we did a tremendous job leading into that road trip. Going to IUPUI and going to UIC. I don't agree with the league schedule. I don't agree with it at all. There's nothing we can do about it. I understand. With 5 schools or whatever it is not having their own arenas. But I think it's difficult to go back to back games on the road. Everybody in the league's got to do it. I wish we didn't have to. I wish it was the schedule was a little bit different. So now we're back home. We haven't been at home in a while. So we've got to settle in. We've got to feed off the energy of the crowd. I think our athletic department did a tremendous job of marketing this game for $1. You get in and watch college basketball. I mean, what other university has offered those types of deals? I don't know, but it's a really, really cheap game to attend, and you're going to see some big basketball. You're going to see some big players. You're going to see two teams that have had historically great games with one another, not only under our era here since we've been here, but Coach Slocum. They've had some big time battles. So. All the teams here at YSU and Oakland, for whatever reason, the games go to the final horn. There's been some buzzer beaters. There's been some exciting plays. But I think this game will come down to which team can score out of their defense. Which team can get stops and then convert on the other end, because both teams are really good defensively.
Speaking of getting stops, how do you take away their lane presence against an Oakland team that's so dangerous?
Well, we're going to try to triple team them. We're going to try to send 4 guys at them, maybe 5 guys. No, I'm just kidding. They're big. Brad Brechting is really big. I mean, he's got to be close to 7 foot. Hills, Mays, Oladipo. Those guys aren't only big, but they're strong. So our post players, our guards, got to do a really good job on these guys. We have to understand that they're coming in with 2 losses. They just played Northern Kentucky and Wright State, so they're going to come with a chip on their shoulder. We should certainly have an edge about the way we're going to play, and we got to do the best we can with those guys. But they're good.
How have you seen your 5 presence grow out?
It's a work in progress. We've got to get something out of Ola and Jameer. Both those guys, I've challenged those guys to spend extra time in the gym, extra time studying the game, learning the game. Ola has been out for a long, long time. Jameer is a first-year junior college player that's still understanding the game and what it takes to prepare, and understanding when you go into the game, you got to be ready to play. So hopefully those guys, as we get into conference play, they're going to get better and better.
What did Darius take away from Saturday, having that presence, have that defense put on him by Cleveland State?
Well, it's going to happen every night. Good players are going to be double teamed. Good players are going to be denied. Those are things that are going to happen. As you get into your sophomore year, you become a bigger part of the other team's scouting report. So he'll be fine.
Is there extra motivation being that they knocked you out last year in the first round?
I hope. I think any time you lose to a team, there should be motivation. We're 2-3 against Oakland in 5 games, and they certainly beat us up there. They shot a record number of foul shots. I can't remember what the number was, 40-something, I think. I watched that game last night. But not only were we beat, I think we were physically dominated. So hopefully our guys understand that. Hopefully our guys remember that. And hopefully they play with that edge.
Focus on Oakland first, Coach, but Detroit will be coming in here as well. Antoine Davis, obviously, is where it starts and ends. So just your thoughts on defending him and what you have to do.
Well, the back-to-back games, Dre, we're going to see Hills Mays, first-team All-League player last year, and Antoine Davis, first-team player, All-League player last year. So Thursday, Saturday, you're going to go against 2 really capable guys that can take over a game and win a game. They're that good. I think with Antoine Davis, he's a little different because he's a guard. He can create his own shots. He can bounce it. The kid puts a lot of time into his game. It's well documented the number of hours that both he and his father and his brother spend in the gym. So I really respect his game because he puts a lot of time into it. You've got to give him multiple coverages. You've got to run different guys at him. You've got to know where he is at all times. Last year, he lit us up. Here, we try to do some different things up there, but he's a special player. He's a player we haven't seen in this league in a long time.
Another special player is Nas, because he's been the heart and soul of this team from day one of this season. It just doesn't seem like he gets enough respect in this league, for what he's done.
Well, I think Nas has just got to keep doing what he's doing. He'll get that respect. The best thing he can do is just keep getting better. I think that goes for our team. You can't look ahead. You can't look at, tomorrow. You got to look at today. He's a kid that I think has really gotten better because his practice habits are so good. He doesn't waste any days, John. He's in the gym. He competes. He works. He's a guy that now can get you a double-double, something that we've talked about in great length, he and I. And when he can do that, it makes us so much better. What goes underrated is his transporting skills. He gets a defensive rebound. There's very few guys in our league, and really in college basketball, can get a defensive rebound and now transport and lead your break. So that has made us a really good team. I think that's why we've won some games, and his passing ability is tremendous. Rebounding, he's one of the best rebounders I've been around, and I've been around a lot. Really, when you work for Coach Huggins, you're going to be around a lot of tough guys, a lot of guys that go rebound the basketball. He and Kevin Jones are the best 2 I've ever seen. Kevin Jones was one of the very few players in the Big East that averaged 20 and 10. He averaged a double-double. I would like nothing more to see Nas get a double-double, because I think that shows you that you bring it every night. Not only scoring but also rebounding. And I think rebounding is such a undervalued stat. It's heart, it's determination. He's no bigger than 6'5", 6'6", but he's got great hands. I got to watch that Bo doesn't try to steal him because he would be a tremendous, as we saw in high school, he was a tremendous football player because he's a competitor. And he's got great hands, and he can really pursue the ball. And he was our catalyst, even when we played the bigger team. So we're going to need him to do that again on Thursday night.